Hey, greetings, everyone. Lieutenant Colonel Alan West here from still a snowy and icy North Texas, and welcome to the Steadfast and Loyal podcast.
You gotta light 'em up before they burn it down. Better dig deep and put 'em in the ground. Blood on their hands, they're hellbound. Save us all. Ooh, they're gonna burn it down. Save us all before they burn it down.
You know, producer Chad, before we got started, he said, I think I know what you're going to talk about. Well, of course, it's what everyone is talking about. And I think when you look at what is going on in Minneapolis, in Minnesota, this is really about whether or not this constitutional republic will continue on. This is really whether or not the rule of law has any meaning. It really is whether or not we will continue to believe that America is for Americans. Now, here's the issue that just recently came out because, Tom Homan has gone up to Minneapolis, and, who better? He probably should have been there in the beginning because this is someone, Tom Homan, who I know personally, has been in the Obama administration, received an award for his efforts with border security and immigration enforcement. So he is not some partisan hack. He is someone that understands the law. That's it. But when you have the mayor of Minneapolis, Minnesota, Jacob Fry, who comes out and says, and I think I got the quote correct, I will not enforce federal immigration law. That's why we have a problem in Minneapolis, Minnesota, because this is all about the law. This is all about whether or not you're going to abide by it or you're not. And if you're not, then you are in violation of the law. So Jacob Fry, who probably needs to read Article 6, Section 2 of the Constitution, known as the Supremacy Clause. See, states and municipalities can't just go out there and make up stuff, make up ordinances, make up, local laws and things of that nature that are not in concert with the Constitution or federal law. As long as the federal government is in pursuance thereof, three key words in the Supremacy Clause, in pursuance thereof to the Constitution, to the rule of law, then states and lower jurisdictions, that's what the founding fathers would refer to them as, states and lower jurisdictions, they are subservient to that. The federal government is supreme over them. Federal law is supreme over them. That's what the essence of the Supremacy Clause is. Now, the whole thing we need to stop and think about is, why is ICE in Minneapolis, Minnesota? This whole thing about sanctuary cities and sanctuary states is unconstitutional. It is unlawful. I said it before and I'll say it again. Because what these people are basically saying is that we will defy law, federal law, and we will harbor people that are here illegally. And on top of that, committing crimes. It's very clear. Article 4, Section 4 of the Constitution, known as the Guarantee Clause. Two things that the federal government has to guarantee to every state in the union. Thing number one is a Republican form of government, not Republican Party, Republican form of government, because America is a republic. It's based upon our Constitution, the rule of law, respect of individual rights. The second thing is to protect every state in the union from invasion. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Alejandro Mayorkas, and oh, by the way, all of this talk about impeaching and Christy Nolan needs to resign. Maybe she's not doing the best of job. Maybe she's not the sharpest tool in the shed. But where were all these calls from Ilhan Omar and all these other leftists, Marxists, when it was Alejandro Mayorkas sitting up there testifying under oath? The border is secure. Well, it ain't. And now we got tens of millions of people, to include criminal illegal immigrants, that are showing us why. So they failed to uphold the Constitution. They supposedly took an oath to do so. So where was the outcry about that? Where's the outcry when the Biden administration violate the Constitution? High crime and misdemeanor, an impeachable offense. But the left was silent. These Marxists said nothing because they were getting their way. No borders, no wall, no USA at all. Those were the chants of Antifa members in Washington, D.C. during the first Trump administration. They want to undermine this constitutional republic. They want people here illegally and to count them in the census. The census is used every 10 years. Census is taken. That's constitutional also. The census is taken so that we can make sure we have proper representation of U.S. citizens, not just a bunch of folks. So you flood people in here illegally, and then you count them in the census for congressional representation, legislative representation, all the way down through the federal, the state, and to the local level? No. You want them to be able to vote? People that are here illegally? No. You want them to have free taxpayer-funded benefits? People that are here illegally when we got veterans out there homeless, jobless? That's what these people are standing up for. And again, coming across the border into the United States, unauthorized entry into the United States of America, Title 18, United States Code 1325, is a federal offense. First time misdemeanor, every time after that, subsequently, felony offenses. That's the law, people. So you cannot have sanctuary cities. You cannot have sanctuary states. You cannot say that we are going to defy the law and allow people to exist here illegally and commit crimes on top of that.